Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of my classic Ironman XCOM series. So, here we are on our first council mission to rescue this lovely scientist-type person from evil alien abductees who otherwise want to do him harm. You'll note that when I reloaded this game to do this episode, if you noticed where things were at the end of the last episode, it seems as though things have repositioned slightly. I have to go back and watch the video to confirm that, but it seems like these guys are in different starting positions than they were when the last video ended. So something to keep in mind. The other thing that I'm thinking, though, is maybe the camera is just in a different position. If I look over here, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So it rotated the camera basically from where it had been in the previous video. The last time we were looking at it like this, and our objective was over this way, which again is a great reason why you should always pay attention to the orientation of the level and make sure that you know where you're supposed to be going and where the points of interest are before you start moving soldiers around the battlefield. Alright, so now that we have that mystery solved, let's look at our tactical options for moving some of these fellows around. Alright. So this initial room that I'm in appears to be very much secure. I'm not getting any signs of aliens in here, and we've got a door over here and a door over here. So what I think I'm probably going to do is split my units, probably have two guys go over here and cover this door, two on the other door, and probably just have the scientist kind of come somewhere in the middle here, maybe in this double cover area, just until we find out what exactly is going on. But what we'll probably do is have two soldiers engage the aliens directly, and the other two try to flank the aliens with the scientist. And that'll probably provide the best opportunity for success. Alright, so, let's see, we've got our support person. Probably want to send the support person off to the right with the scientist. So we absolutely want to make sure that they have cover and can be healed if necessary. So we'll bring them over here, I guess. Well, let's take a look at how this orients, actually. Okay, so yeah, we can go and stand next to, but not in front of, this door. Okay, so now we've got our run and gun assault person. Seems to make a lot of sense for them to lead the charge on the what we're suspecting to be the offensive side of things. Let's bring them up here. And now we've got our heavy weapons person. Again, that makes sense for them to be on the front line. So we'll have them cover the other side of the door. And just in case the aliens decide to get cute and come busting in here on this first turn, I'm going to put my sniper on Overwatch and just cover the entrances to this room for a turn. And we'll have our scientists come hang out over here just to get them out of line of sight if any aliens do come through either of those doors.
That alien is unusually human in its appearance.
Okay.
They could be using it as an infiltration unit of some kind. I'd recommend capturing it for further analysis.
Overwatch missed, unfortunately. Okay, so we definitely have a concern here because the aliens have kind of backflanked us, and you can see my scientist in particular is very exposed at this point. But I think the first thing I probably want to look at is what my sniper's probability of hitting that alien from where he is. So let's check our percentage. 65. Not good enough to take a risk there. I think what I probably want to look at doing instead is getting to cover and taking a pistol shot and seeing if I can get lucky with that. Or possibly, well, he doesn't have a grenade because he has the scope, so grenade's not really an option there. Let's take a look at what my cover options are vis-a-vis this alien. So no full cover unless I go all the way out to engage him like point blank. Like I could come up here to this corner and pistol shot him and probably have a pretty good chance of taking him out. But then I'm in a really delicate position. If that doesn't work out, I will definitely have to have another soldier come in and make sure that guy gets finished. So this is a bit of an aggressive move. I'm a little bit hesitant to do it, but I do need to get to cover. My only other real choice is to back up here to this full cover, which would definitely put me out of that alien's effective movement range. This is definitely the safer play, but I'm kind of curious to see if he can take him out with the pistol, and I think I have enough other guys who can do enough other things that I'm not too worried about trying this. So let's give this a shot. Oh man, I did not even realize that guy had Overwatch. That was unfortunate. I did not even see that alien had Overwatch. That was my mistake, and I just paid for it with my life there. So that just goes to show how careful you have to be. So now knowing that alien is on Overwatch, I really should have just taken the shot because I couldn't have moved anyway. And that might have been the difference between that guy living and dying. So that's a real shame. That's probably, I'd say, the first really major mistake that I've made since I started this campaign. Because obviously I've lost a soldier now, and that's something you can't get back. So that's really unfortunate. Alright, well, to even have a shot at hitting that guy, I'm going to have to move into this forward cover. So let's try that. And let's see what my percentage is there. 50-50 shot. Now I'm really regretting not taking that 65% shot with the sniper. I really should have done that. Because now this soldier misses, and now I'm down to 2 actions basically that I can take. And I could be in real trouble here. Now let me just try to get to cover and improve my shot probability. Let's see, and now I can't run and gun up to that corner, so let's see what my shot chance is here. 46, not great. I think what I may do is use my run and gun ability just to get to this half cover and try to take a shot from there. See if I can improve my percentage a little bit. Because then I can move into this spot and still take a shot. And I should be in pretty decent range. Yeah, 70. Let's see if I can get this jerk. So I hit him, but didn't kill him, of course. That's a real bummer. And so now the question becomes, well, let's see, I can move my heavy into this half cover. It's probably not going to be a great percentage shot, but let's see if I can, it's basically 50-50 chance, so let's see. There. That was a real shame, though. I feel really dumb, basically, for letting that happen, because I really should have just taken the shot with the sniper. I just did not realize that alien was on Overwatch, or I never would have even tried to move him. I'd have just taken the shot and then tried to do what I did with the other characters. So again, can't stress enough how big of a mistake that was. So interestingly, it's letting my support character move again, which doesn't seem like that should have been the case.
I find myself wondering how far these creatures have traveled to undertake this invasion. The resources involved are staggering.
That's weird. I swore I had this guy over here, and I don't remember moving him. But it was like he was moved, and then oh, he must have panicked. He must have panicked during the alien turn and moved on his own. That's probably what happened there, and I just missed it. Okay. So, this changes things a little bit in the sense that now I've only got one guy over on this side to potentially flank with. I think what I want to do is just move to this cover position and open this door and see if there's anything out there that I need to worry about. Okay, so not immediately. We'll just put you on Overwatch. I've definitely made this whole scenario a lot harder on myself by having that unit killed. But hopefully I'll be able to power through it and still succeed. The other thing is, like, it's an inevitability that you're going to lose units in this game from time to time, so as bad as I feel about it, I'm not going to let that deter me from continuing to try to win this. I just have to pay more attention, when the aliens are up and make sure I see what their actions are before I plan mine.
Eyes on target.
So we got that alien spooked, running into my Overwatch. I got a hit on him, but again, not enough to kill. So he's in bad shape, but I also am not 100% confident in my ability to kill him before he gets a shot off on somebody. Now, actually, ironically, where this guy ran and hid is actually probably the place I want him to be at this point, because I want him covered on this side and behind the guy who's on Overwatch covering the door, as opposed to this guy who's already taken his reaction shot. So if the alien does come busting in here trying to get this guy, he won't be tempted to shoot at the scientist, and that'll keep him safe for at least another round. So I think what I'm going to do is just hunker down the scientist and keep him as safe as I can.
Not feeling so good.
Gas cloud attack, unsurprising for a thin man, especially a wounded thin man. It's basically their grenade equivalent. Okay, so what do I have here in terms of... Now, because he took a shot, he can't possibly be on Overwatch, which means that I can move freely to try to maybe even get in a little bit closer on him or potentially flank him. Because as you can see right now, I only have a 55% chance to hit him, but I bet if I move down here to this half cover, I can improve, or even this full cover, I can improve those odds greatly. So now let's see what I can do. Yeah, so we went from a 55 to a 79. Much more confident taking that shot. But as you can see, cruel XCOM logic, even a 79, not necessarily a guarantee. So what I'm really going to have to do is push this advance and try to do what I can to finish this guy off before this situation gets out of hand, even more so than it already is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to move the heavy to a good firing position. nor will I be able to move the assault into a good firing position. I think the thing I could probably best do at this point is to move the assault. I could probably just keep these guys where they are on Overwatch, so if the alien does decide to retreat back into their line of sight, they can take a shot at him. But I feel like maybe I only need to do that with one of them, and I can probably... I think my best move is going to be to bring the assault character up a little closer so that they're in a more effective range for their weapon, and keep the heavy back on Overwatch in the doorway where they are. So let's do that. Let's Overwatch the heavy. Keep the scientists where they are for now until we secure this situation a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so the assault was panicking. That's why I didn't get to move them. The support definitely needs to heal. There's no question about that. But let's see if we can finish this jerk alien off first. Again, just disgusting how those shots can miss at that range. So this is going to be real bad if I can't get in here and do something. So it looks like my run and gun ability has come off cooldown, and that's probably going to be the only thing that saves me at this point. And this is a case where, like, had I not brought the assault soldier, this may have been a real bad situation for me. But we're going to run and gun and get this assault guy into point blank range so that he can finish this alien off.
Here they come.
And of course that triggers another set of aliens, because why not? But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the fact that we need to kill this guy with our 100% to hit chance.
You think it poisoned me?
Yeah, so the unfortunate thing about having to do that is that when Thin Man dies, you get to taste a big cloud of poison gas, which is awesome. I think what I'm going to do, just for the sake of trying to expedite things a little bit, is I'm going to try to move the scientists up into a position where they can come up on this right flank more easily. I think we got the aliens relatively under control here, but I need to start looking at how I can maybe set up an ambush for those aliens that are going to be coming from the other side. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of good cover options here from where I am, which is going to make it difficult to really position myself effectively here. I think my best bet, unfortunately those stairs don't provide any cover. Yeah, I almost want to just stay where I am with the heavy and let them come to me, because they will come into line of sight if they move in this direction, and that should give them a free shot on them. So again, we're going to keep the heavy on Overwatch. So we've got sectoids buffing each other. We can hear that taking place over to the right there. Okay, good. So neither of these guys died. It's tempting for me to just heal myself or even heal the assault guy, but honestly, at this point I may need the medical kit to stabilize somebody if they go down but don't die. So until somebody actually is in dire need, I'm not going to sweat healing just yet. So let's look at clearing a path for the scientist over here, because I think that's going to be my best bet. Let me move over here and get this door open. Because even though we know we have aliens coming from the other direction, I get the sense that this side is fairly clear, and this will get us a path to the extraction point. Because the thing is, once we get the scientist to the extraction point, the mission's basically over. I believe, whether there are aliens still in play or not. So what we may end up having to do, given that we're kind of beat up and we've already lost the guy, is just make a play for the extraction point and not worry so much about necessarily clearing the board of aliens. Given that my weapon is dry, I can't overwatch, so I'm going to need to reload.
Good to go.
But that at least means I won't have to do that later. And I think, as much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to... Man, these movement positions are terrible. Like, I can't get into cover here without dashing. But I think I'm going to have to do that and just sacrifice the overwatch just so that this shotgun soldier can be in a better position if and when the sectoids do decide to make their presence known. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's bite the bullet and get into that cover. And again, we'll keep the heavy on overwatch. Just make them come to us. And the scientists can hang out where they are for another turn. We can always sprint them up once we are sure that things are clear. Okay, so despite the sort of rough and rugged start to this mission, I'm feeling more and more like I'm starting to have at least some sense of control over what's going on. A big key thing is going to be when I move up here to this next doorway, whether or not I find more aliens here. Okay, so this is looking good. This is looking like a situation that I can control, at least to a certain extent. So I'm going to overwatch here, and then this is probably the time where we want to look at moving the scientist up and having the assault class kind of cover our advance on the left flank.
Go high! Go high!
Yep, so there's another group. Or at least another one. 26%, no way I can take that chance. I mean, they're probably going to move to flank me if I stay in the position I'm in. So what I probably need to do is look at getting myself into a more solid cover position, which would be this, so that even if they do come down in this direction, they won't be able to fire on my flank, because if this guy takes another hit, he's going down for sure. So let's try to go here. This is probably our best flank. And since these aliens have been so reluctant to come down here, I'm going to use this opportunity to get my heavy into a better, more supportive position. So let's get him down into this corner cover position in case they decide to show up. I hate to have to use a dash for one square like that, but I need to get him out of that doorway and moving more in the direction that he needs to be. Let's get our scientist into position here.
Strike one. You've got a wave of X-rays closing on your location. Eyes up.
I'm under fire!
Okay. So now we got a guy on Overwatch. Got our scientist here. Of course that guy's on Overwatch. That's kind of a bummer. That's going to be a real problem because of where he appeared, because he's going to be able to come in here and shoot at that scientist. The only thing I can really do... Well, let's see, does the scientist see the alien? That's key. No, he does not. So the alien is going to have to move to see the scientist, which means I can safely move the scientist back here into better cover. And then just look at setting up a... Well, let's see. Let's try to deal with these aliens first. Okay, so we got guy there, 66% chance, not bad. I got this other guy who's on Overwatch, so if I try to move or do anything, he's gonna get me. He's gonna at least get a shot off on me. This is a tough call. This is a tough call. I think what I may do, just as an experiment, well, there's no question that if I step out here, that this alien is going to take an Overwatch shot. The only question is, can I get a grenade out? Oh, and I can't because, again, I'm using a medical kit here, so all I can really do with this soldier is go on Overwatch. Well, no, let's not do that just yet, because what I'm going to do first is see whether or not I can get around behind this alien and take him out, because that'll determine what I end up doing next. Yeah, these movement options are not great. There's not a lot of good options here for me movement-wise on this heavy. I'm just in a really rough position with this assault guy, because if I take the shot on this alien, which is the better shot, that other alien's gonna get the chance to backflank me and most likely kill me. But even if I take the 50% shot on the thin man, the other alien's still right there and will probably get another shot on me, which could just as easily kill me. And this is only a 50% chance of success, so this is a tough one. And at the range I'm at with this weapon, this isn't a very promising shot, but in lieu of what happened with the sniper, or given what happened with the sniper last time I was in a situation like this, not knowing that he was on Overwatch, I'm going to try this. And that was just pure luck. I mean, that could have easily missed. But I'm glad that it didn't. And that's the thing. XCOM giveth and XCOM taketh away. And that was a case where it gave me a little bit of a break, and I'm glad for it. Alright, so given that, what I can now do is safely move, well, safely is a relative term, but I can move this support character out here into a potential firing position on that other alien. Let's see what I can do with that. Let's see if I have any chance at all of hitting him. 50-50 shot? Why not?
Damn it!
Yeah, not surprising, but not the worst thing ever either. So now what I need to look at doing is moving this heavy in to a supportive position where they might be able to help out on that alien. I'm going to go to this corner here, which should still be cover for me and might allow me to take a shot. Again, 51%. Why not?
Nailed him.
Alright, sectoid down. Excellent. Okay, so now we can safely move the scientist back up now that immediate threats have been dealt with. And let's see what happens next.
Cover my flank!
Ah, man. All that trouble to save that assault and he goes down. That's a shame. Alright, so he's dead. And now what that means is we got to look at really backing ourselves around here and securing this area to the right of the drop zone so we can get the scientist where he needs to go. This is there's a lot of attrition happening here that I would have preferred to avoid. But sometimes that's just the way the game goes. Alright, so looking at our possible points of ingress into this area here, Looks like I can't really move in to a good cover position without leaving myself vulnerable to attack. So what I'm going to do is just go to the other side of this trailer and get a little closer for the next turn. And then we'll just overwatch. And let's take a look at what we need to worry about here as far as aliens go. The only alien that I saw took his shot, so let me see if I can go here and get line of sight on him. Let's see what the percentage is on that. 48%. You know, I think it may be time for a guaranteed kill. So let's see if we can, let's see if he's in grenade range, because I hate to waste the rocket on a sectoid. Yeah, let's ruin his day.
Eat this!
And then let's move our scientist into cover with our support person. Get them hunkered down. Alright, so let's continue to look at let's move up here. Get this door open. So it looks like this is a relatively secure area. Looks like I can maybe move through this building to get the scientists where they need to go. But again, we want to be on Overwatch in case any aliens do show up. And heavy weapons guy, let's well, given that we've seen what the inside of this building looks like now, I think what I'm going to do is just push it a little bit and get myself into a good cover position so that I've kind of buddied up with the scientist and the support. And I think what I want to do is I don't want to risk exposing any more aliens at this point if I can help it. So I'm just going to dive into this corner cover and hope to be in a good position for the next turn. And then let's get our scientist inside here, somewhere nice and safe, like say here.
Enemy forces headed your way, Strike One. Get ready.
So we got an alien up top and an alien back flanking us. So I think what I'm probably going to have to do is send the support topside to help out with that alien. But what I think I want to do first is see if I can get the support inside and healed, so that whenever in the event that they do take a hit, they don't just die. Because I think at this point, I need them to be as healthy as possible in case they do take a random shot at some point. So let's bring them in, and we actually will heal them. And that should give us some better odds of success. And now this heavy pinned in this corner here can see that other alien. So let's check the percentage. It's only 28. So what I'm probably going to look at doing here is using the rocket. Not because I want to, but because it's going to be a guaranteed kill. And at this point, it's more important for me to take these guys out than it is to conserve ammo. So let's see if I can get the rocket on him. Looks like I can. Yeah. So, again, I hate using an explosive on a single sectoid like this, but I just don't want to take any chance of getting hurt if I can help it. At this point, I've already lost 2 guys. It's just not worth losing more experienced soldiers on this mission if I can just take them out like that. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that I'm now out of explosives because I've used both the explosives on my heavy, and my my support never had a grenade. So we're down to the nitty-gritty here in terms of trying to get this guy out of here safely. I think what I'm going to do is run the scientist up into this corner, because now knowing that that thin man is up top, I mean, there's some danger in that. You know what? I think I'm going to edit myself a little bit, and let's put him in back here behind these computers and such. That's probably a safer place for him right now. Let's see what the thin man ends up doing. Alright, so now that I know that this thin man is up here on the roof, at least unless he's moved, what I need to look at doing is having the support go in and take him out from behind, and then having the heavy just cover the other side of the room and make sure nobody sneaks in there and kills the scientist. So I'm going to look at moving up here. Going on Overwatch just in case. And then let's keep the heavy where he is on Overwatch. Oh, actually, let's reload the heavy. Since he's down to just his primary weapon at this point, it's really important for him to not run out of ammo. So we'll just take a turn to do that. And then we'll just have our scientist hang out for a minute until I can get that thin man taken care of.
Incoming over here.
Alright, so there went my cover, and there went the thin man trying to take my guys out. Alright, think about how I want to handle this. So the thin man came down off the roof. If I can take him from where I am, I think that's maybe my best bet, because then I can send the support up on the roof anyway to provide cover. So let's see, 77%. That's not a great... I've missed, given that I've already missed 79s in this round, I think what I may want to do... Yeah, I think he fired, so he can't be on Overwatch. So what I'm going to do is just go to this cover and just make sure that I'm in cover when I take this shot, so I don't screw myself completely if I miss it. And that actually gave me an extra percentage point for doing that, so good times. Alright, so he's down. Let's look at... You know what, I'm going to go to this corner here. And, well, you know what, I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna rush it. I just want to... Let's get the support up on the roof and see what he can see. See what kind of cover he can provide from up there. And we'll go from there. And I think I need to bring the view up. Just got to remember how to actually do that. Could have sworn that there were dedicated buttons. Okay, no, it's the mouse wheel, that's right. Okay, let's bring him up here. Let's just make sure nothing's up here that's gonna screw me up. Okay, and I guess what I'll do is go to this corner cover, since there's nothing here to shoot at, and just make sure there's nothing around that corner that I need to worry about. And we'll hunker down one more turn on this scientist just so we can get the heavy in a better supportive position. Alright, so this is good. This is good. This is a situation where I should be able to get a pretty good sense of what's going on here. Okay, so I have a pretty good line of sight on the escape area now. You know, and I'm just going to come up here to this corner.
Look sharp. Enemies rolling up.
All right, so that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how secure that that environment was, and now I know where that alien is. I can move my my guys accordingly. I think what I probably want to do is, if there were any aliens here, my support guy would see them, so I can safely move up here and just take a good cover position. And then be in a really good spot to back up the scientist. Let's get the scientist into a position where they could make a break for the escape zone. Hopefully the alien won't even be aware that they're there. Alright, so what I should be able to do is overwatch from up here. Well, let's not do that just yet. Let's see if the heavy can move into an even better position. And we'll put the heavy there and put him on overwatch. Okay, it looks like I can make a break for it here. Hopefully that alien is not over there on Overwatch, or even if they are, if I come to this corner of the landing site, they may not even see me. So.
Thank you for coming to my aid. I only hope my data is beneficial to the cause.
VIP is safe and on board.
Well done. Now you just need to eliminate any remaining hostiles. We have a new objective.
Okay, so I'm not worried about the VIP anymore. That's great. I can just keep these guys on Overwatch, let the alien come to me, and hopefully end this thing fairly quickly. Now, why I didn't get a shot at him, not sure, but I'm not going to worry about it, because that's a 50-50 chance.
Ah, damn it.
Alright, how about you, big guy? 28. Well, he's on Overwatch, so I'm certainly not going to move.
Oh, missed.
Now, luckily, my big guy here has double shot, so maybe they'll get lucky.
No longer in the water
Executed
here.
to the numbers, strike one.
Alright.
Back here on the double.
Now, given how that started, I think I can be pretty happy about succeeding there, but I think you can also see where just one little mistake, one little lapse in judgment or missed bit of information can really cause you a lot of problems. You know, that mission could have gone down very differently had I not moved that sniper when that alien was on Overwatch. And I mean, that was just a dumb, you know, lapse of perception on my part, just not realizing what was happening until it was too late. But hopefully what you've seen from this is that even if things go badly, even if things go a little sideways or unexpected things happen, it's still possible to succeed. And that's really probably the best thing you can take away from this episode, is that, you know, you can still win, you can still succeed if you just buckle down and really tighten up your tactics. Obviously, losing a couple soldiers like that is nothing I'm particularly proud of, but at least the overall mission was a success. And this was definitely a mission that needed to be a success because the consequences of failing this first council mission would have been pretty bad for the overall game. So let's call this a win and move on. So we have a unit promotion here, which has activated the officer training school. Basically, you have to get a unit up to, I believe it's sergeant, to be able to purchase this facility, and it's definitely something you want to do as early in the game as possible, because it's what's going to allow you to improve your soldiers much more quickly than you otherwise would be able to. So we're definitely happy to see that. And that's another good reason why we took this corporal on this mission, and we're glad that they survived, because them reaching the rank of sergeant is what allows us to do this. So looking at upgrades, I think I'm going to go with suppression, just because it's handy in a lot of situations. It's good for like controlling movement on the battlefield and that sort of thing. So we're going to take that ability. And that gives us our first sergeant level character, which is good. And then this one will be upgrading. I think that you can go both ways with this first upgrade. I like the reaction shot trigger on enemy attacks, not just movement. Sprinting can definitely be useful, especially when you need to get to a soldier that's in trouble. But I feel like being able to react to an enemy's shot and not just their movement is something that can be really useful. Like, I think that would have been something that would have helped in that last situation where the alien came out and fired, but I didn't get an overwatch shot because they didn't move into sight. They just poked around a corner. Like, that would have been a situation where I might have counter-shot that alien and killed him without having to even go to the next turn. So, because of that, I'm going to take this. Let's see. So, let's have a moment here to say goodbye to our assault guy, who fought valiantly and got a really sweet, low percentage shot kill right before being ghosted from behind. And our poor sniper who died because, well, I was dumb. So, good job, guys. Sorry for getting you killed. Alright, so we've got some corpses, some Thin Man corpses, some weapon fragments. Not a lot out of that mission, except for the fact that we now can make laboratories, because we completed our first council mission. And we got a panic reduction, 118 credits, and 2 scientists. And believe me, if we wouldn't have completed this mission successfully, the panic that would have resulted would have been way worse than the panic we're taking off here. So we'll take a look at the situation room real quick. You can see the effect of that panic reduction in action. So I forget which country we actually did this in. I want to say it was one of the South American countries. I think it was Brazil. So you can see Brazil here is at nothing panic-wise, or the minimum value panic-wise. I'm sure they would have been right up there with Argentina had we failed that mission. So now we still got other, panic issues to worry about, but you notice we're not freaking out. Especially in the rest of the world, everything's in pretty good shape. It's only really in North South America and Africa where things are at all dicey. So, as I said before, there are a few things we probably need to look at in terms of what we do with these credits. the officer training school being one and the laboratory being another. I typically don't build labs when I play. I think I've maybe built one in the entire time that I've played this game, just because it always seems to me like I always have enough scientists to get what I need done in the appropriate amount of time. And sometimes, honestly, the science stuff getting done sooner just kind of propels the game forward that much faster, and sometimes that leads to you getting to a point in the game that you're not really ready to be at yet because you've completed so much science. So I have a tendency to kind of sandbag a little bit where science is concerned.
This morning, Commander. We're always glad to have more help down here.
I'm definitely one to focus on engineers more so over scientists. But let's just take a look at the facility build and see how we're doing. Obviously, with the 124 credits available to us, there's some options we have. Let's take a look at actually how much it would cost to get that officer training school up and running. That's a very handy thing to have. Let's see. So 3 power and 125 credits. So we have the power for it, but not the credits. But we are close. Like, we would only have to sell one corpse or one item on the gray market to be able to build that. And I think it might be worth it to do that just so we have access to those officer training perks that much sooner. But what I think I want to look at before we commit to that is let's go to the situation room and look at what our objectives for this month are. Because the more of those objectives we complete, the better our rating will be and the more resources we'll get. So let's look at... Okay, we don't have any requests. Okay, it doesn't look like we actually have any active objectives beyond what we're already doing. So this might be a good time to just do a quick gray market sale and get us the one credit we need to make that happen. We actually have kind of an abundance of sectoid corpses at the moment. I wouldn't say we have a tremendous amount of them, but I think we could probably spare one.
That equipment should be passed on directly to the research team.
Yeah, I mean, we do need sectoid corpses for research, but I think we could spare one to just deal with this, because the research team only needs a few, but we'll get rid of one.
Commander, the artifact we're about to sell to the Council hasn't been examined by the research team. I'm sure Dr. Volland would be disappointed if we put financial gains ahead of our own research and development.
Yeah. At this point, I'm more concerned about keeping the alloys and fragments and the Illyrium than I am.
Then we can't have them bringing back alien body parts as souvenirs. It's a breach of protocol.
All right, so we're going to do that despite their complaints, just so we can get the training school built that much sooner. I definitely want to get that up and running ASAP. Because what will happen if we don't do this now is that other things will come up that will take precedent, and it just won't get built until much later. And I don't want to be in that situation. I want to be able to start taking advantage of it as quickly as possible. So let's do that. So it'll be done in 8 days. Should be good. Now, of course, we'll need money to actually do anything with that, but at least we will have it ready to go when that money does come in. Okay, so looking at our globe here. So our satellite will be done in 3 days. Xenobiology is done in 5. Officer training is done in 8. Council report in 13. We'll probably get another mission thrown at us at some point here, and which will give us the opportunity to start training some rookies and getting them up to speed, and hopefully moving to replace the 2 guys that we lost on that last mission. So let's just scan for activity and see how things play out. Okay, so yeah, here's our abductions.
Commander, we're tracking several reported abductions via the hologlobe. I've got the coordinates locked in.
So here we could replace our assault guy by completing this mission. That's a pretty tempting thing to do, and it's also an easy difficulty. But let's look at our other options. So we got a very difficult mission in a difficult mission in Mexico for 200. And a 4-engineer very difficult mission in Egypt. The other thing about this Egyptian mission is if we don't deal with this, they are probably going to go to full panic, and we will have to use our satellite to get that panic down before the council report, or risk losing them from the XCOM project altogether. So this is actually a pretty tough decision, because on one hand, if we do this easy mission, we could replace the assault character who got killed just immediately at the sergeant level, which would be a pretty great pickup. But we could also always use more engineers, although this is going to be a very difficult mission, which means it's not going to be a cakewalk, and there's always the chance that we could lose somebody in the process of doing it. Yeah, I think given that my focus at the moment is about rebuilding the team and making up for the soldiers that we've lost, and that the council meeting isn't too far away in terms of generating money, and that we do have a satellite that will be on deck very shortly to deal with the Egypt situation, I think what I want to do is go after that easy mission with the soldier, and that'll be a good place for us to start the next episode, and also give me the opportunity to take a couple rookies on the mission, get them some experience without having to worry too much about what might go down. Yeah, because Mexico, worst case scenario, they'll go to 4 pips, and we'll still be able to handle that. Yeah, I think this is probably the last opportunity we'll have to make a decision like this, so I'm going to take it just because I have a feeling that as the game progresses, we won't get a chance like this that we'll be able to take advantage of. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here's our heavy with their frag grenade. We're definitely going to take them, keep them working on their leveling progression. We got another heavy, probably wouldn't hurt to get them some more experience. We got a rookie and our sniper. We definitely want them. Let's just get them their scope so that they can have their best shot at hitting things. And of course our support unit is wounded from the last mission they were on, so I'm almost tempted, since we're taking this sergeant and they're so proficient, I'm almost tempted to bench this other heavy in favor of another rookie, just to get the other rookie more experience, just because this is an easy, quote-unquote easy mission. So I think maybe what we want to do is bench the heavy and take another rookie just to get them more experience. Yeah, so 2 rooks and 2 pretty leveled up characters on an easy mission should be pretty great. I'm even considering benching the sergeant and just taking the other heavy on this mission, but I kind of feel like it's always a good thing to have your highest level character on the mission if you can, because that's just going to help them move towards their next level of progression that much faster. So we'll keep the Sarge on deck here for this. I also like how when you reach the sergeant level, you start getting the nicknames. Tectonic. It's pretty good. Feeling it. All right. So go ahead and launch this. I guess the other thing I could have done there is to have one of the rookies take a medical kit instead of a frag grenade, but honestly at this point I'm more concerned with them getting kills than I am with them being supportive. So I'd rather have them have those frag grenades for those guaranteed kills, or the guaranteed damage if the opportunity presents itself. Oh, that's weird. I think the game just locked up on me. That's not good. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
The area of engagement for this mission will
I was
be
a
in
little nervous
India.
there for a second.
We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within a major metropolitan area. We should get down there and eliminate any hostiles.
You got it, buddy. Do this. Alright, so, as usual, if you are enjoying the series and you want to see more of it, be sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment on this video and the others in it, and that will let me know that it would be a good idea for me to do more of this. So,
Solid copy, Big Sky. Strike one is cleared to engage.
we will resume next episode with this sweet, easy mission that will hopefully net us a proficient assault unit in the form of a free sergeant. So, look forward to that. Until next time, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, I just made a Terminator joke.